Hello, it's me, Dan Things, and I've got some really shitty news. My Ducati has been stolen. Yeah, so like 10 grand's worth of a limited edition Ducati Monster is now somewhere in East fucking Europe. And yeah, I'm really fucked off. Because my Ducati's been stolen, you know, it's really shitty. But it's the police and how they deal with things, or rather don't deal with things. They did fuck all. They did absolutely fuck all. They were completely and utterly useless. Within an hour of me calling them to tell them it's been stolen, they deemed case closed. No witnesses, no nothing, etc. Well, they never even bothered to come check. The guy that actually called me up, he asked me if there was any broken glass around my vehicle. I was like, it's a motorcycle, not a car. And he's like, oh. And to make it even more annoying, the guy was hard to understand. Clearly English wasn't his first language. I mean, he had a really thick accent. I couldn't tell what it was. I had a hard time understanding him. So yeah, they do that to everyone, not just me, so I'm not just a special case. But when my bicycle got stolen, they actually were more helpful, asked more questions. They did like 10 times more. I mean, it doesn't really matter, does it, at the end of the day? I mean, them being proactive doesn't change anything. They're not going to find it. But it's just the attitude. They got such a negative attitude towards motorcycles and cars being stolen. They just don't give a shit. And it really fucks me off. And a bunch of Ducatis got stolen at the same time mine did. It wasn't just mine. It was about 3 or 4 on the same weekend. And one guy's got security footage of it. And it was a gang of them, and they use a trailer, like a vehicle recovery trailer, and they wear yellow bibs, so they make it look as if it's very professional. And then when passers-by asking questions, they say, oh, it's for road tax. So they're impersonating, you know, the police, essentially. No one gives a shit. It just really fucks me off. The bikes don't stay in the UK most of the time. They get shipped out to East Europe. This is as much as I've learned after doing a lot of research. They all head off to either, you know, East Europe, you know, fucking Romania, or some equally shitty country, or Middle East. They don't give 2 fucks about whether the bike's stolen. They re-register it. So, you know, your bike could actually end up back here with a new identity as an import. But in order to get there, they've got to leave via a port. We're an island, so there's only a couple of ports that you can leave from. So the security at the ports are not inspecting cargo being shipped out. We're talking thousands of vehicles, cars and motorcycles are being shipped out every day in containers from ports in the UK, and no one's doing anything. No security, no police, no customs. The only thing they bother checking is the stuff coming in. We're allowing these thefts to happen. It's such a simple thing to stop it. You just need a handful of dedicated security at each port, and all they've got to do is inspect the containers. That's it. And it's so blatant. I mean, how are they loading the containers? They're going to be pushing motorcycles or driving cars onto them. It's very bait, isn't it? It's a bit obvious. No one does anything. Everyone just turns a blind eye at these ports. I'm just completely speechless how we are allowing this to happen. It's not that we can't stop it. We're literally allowing it to happen. And I blame the police, I blame the government, I blame the lack of enforcement, I blame... it's just ridiculous. I lived in Taiwan, okay, for 5 years. You can leave your keys in ignition. No one will take it because at the end of the day, it's an island. There's no point in them taking it because it will easily be found. And they can't leave the country because it's not allowed to be exported out of the country. It'll be caught. And the punishments are so severe, no one dare does anything. We don't really punish. So my lovely Ducati is now being fucking raped by some Eastern European arsehole who hasn't worked for it, who hasn't earned that bike, and it really makes me upset. It really angers me. I've got no bike. There's only 21 of those bikes registered in the country, the 20th anniversary. Only 21 of them. It's a very rare bike. I'm never going to have one again. They stopped making them. My insurance company, they don't replace like for like, and they're going to have to give me a settlement. I don't even know what the settlement is. What if they don't give me enough? How do I argue? They don't even, in fact, the guys even told me they don't know how to value my bike because there's so few of them. There's none have come onto the market, so they can't really base on anything. So they're just going to use, a rough depreciation calculation, which is bullshit. So they're probably going to screw me over on the value. My excess is quite high as it is, so I've got to pay that out. And now my insurance is forever going to be fucking expensive because I've had a claim, and a very expensive claim. So this has really, really, really fucked me over in so many ways. I had a job interview a few days after that, and I couldn't go because I was absolutely gutted. I was doom and gloom. I was just devoid of life. I was so upset and so angry. There was just no way I could go to an interview in that mindset. I had to skip it. So that fucked up that as well. Really has fucked up my life. And now I'm kind of confused with what to do. I don't know what. I mean, I'm not going to have a Ducati ever again. Not just for the fact that it will get stolen because they're so desirable, but for various other reasons as well. So that was just a one-off fling. I'm going to have to get something a bit more sensible, a bit more boring, which isn't going to be that great. If I ever do, if the insurance company don't try and screw me, because I know they screwed other people over by not paying out, by getting clauses. Yeah, so no bike, no Ducati. That's it. Me and Ducati are done. That's it. Never going to see it again. You're not going to see me ride it again. It's upsetting. Really upsetting. If they pay me out the money it's worth, it's only 6 months old, that bike. It hasn't depreciated much, if at all. If they pay me out the right amount of money, then I'm going to get either another Bandit 1250, which I'm not really keen on because my old Bandit 1250 was modded. Better suspension, paint job, exhaust. It was a special Bandit. You won't be able to get another one like that without spending a fortune on it. So it's kind of like, if I get another one, I'm taking a step back. I don't want to take a step back. So I think I'm going to get a GSX 1400, which is a massive beast of a bike. But comfortable, very fast, cheap to insure. It's going to have to be that, I think. So a radical departure from the Ducati. Yeah, so next bike, it's summer. I don't want to miss the summer. When I got the Ducati, it was just coming out of summer, so I had it for winter, which sucks. Woo. Quick little car. It's not a place to fucking stop, is it? Fucking hell. What? Why would you go to the left to undertake and then decide to turn right? Oh, I've got a modification that I'm doing for this. That's going to be fun. I'll do that today. I've been slowly getting parts for an intake for this. There's no decent intake for the VRS or any of them with this engine on the market, and I decided to build my own. So I'll do that, test it out. It'll probably be a load of shit, and I'll probably struggle to put the original intake back on. But hey, we live and learn. Cool. I can get a whole shot here. Okay, the cool thing about this car is it's 0 to 60 is very quick. It does it in under 6 seconds. 0 to 30 is mental. If you get traction on this, it takes off like it's been raped up the bum. It's got a very short first gear and a lot of torque. It just goes mental. Ooh. Didn't change gear. What's going on there? I'm going to play that back, but that felt like it was bouncing off the rev limiter. Last time I checked, this is an automatic. It's not supposed to happen. Oh well, it's under warranty. Alright, I'm going to end it here. See you later.